Gemini, hello. For those of you who have been here before, welcome back to you. And for those of you who it's your first time, welcome. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm Denise. This is Surrender to the Flow Tarot. And today I'm going to do a general monthly reading for the month of March for the collective of Gemini, any of the placements. It will be the strongest if it's in one of the top 4. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, but it will literally work for any one of them. So monthly readings are done week by week. How's it start? How's it end? And I usually pull one card at the end for overall guidance. We are doing major arcana only, and then I'll clarify with whatever we need to. So we're starting with the Ex-Anima, Augure tarot. The week, how's it ending? We're using the White Witch. I will have timestamps in the description box below so that throughout the month you can come back and just click on the week if you need to or want to. All right, are you ready, Gemini? Week 1, how's it starting? The Emperor in reverse. Week 2, how's it starting? Emperor's Aries, doesn't have to be an Aries. The Hierophant sideways going into the reverse. Okay, so you got a lot of... This feels heavy. Week 3. The High Priestess sideways going into the reverse. Gemini, you got a lot of stress happening in the brain of yours. Week 4. The Moon in reverse. Gemini. What are you doing here? Something has happened to you that has knocked you out of alignment into a place where your intuition is screaming to be heard and it's not happening. The Chariot is on the split and Justice is on the bottom. Okay. Let's see how your weeks end, okay? Let's see how they end. Week 1. The Tower sideways going into the reverse. Okay. Week 2. Resistance, which we know. Week 2. How's week 2 ending? The Fool. So there's a new journey you're meant to be on. It's ending in the Hermit, week 2. That is good. That's, I think, good. Unless you've been in the Hermit, but it doesn't look like it. Okay. Week 3. It's healing. Falling away of false beliefs and ideas and foundations that weren't solid and stable. Refueling, refilling, and learning how to preserve your energetic reserve. Week 3. Did you see that? The Chariot. That's Cancer. It doesn't need to be. High Priestess, Pisces, Hierophant, Taurus, Hermit, Virgo, Emperor, Aries, Moon, Pisces. None of these have to be but if they're relevant, judges say them. Okay. The Chariot. That's good. That's good. That's you doing the work. That's you doing all this work and getting yourself by week 3, by the end, to a place where your light and your shadow are friends. You're friends with them. Yeah, the Star and the Hierophant. The Hierophant and the Upright. So like fulfilling a soul contract. You're bound to something. There's something you're bound to. You are, yeah. Bound, is that the right word? Yeah, there's a bond. There's a bond. Okay, week 4. The High Priestess, sideways again, but now going into the upright. So you leave it, you start week 3 with the High Priestess going into the reverse. Your intuition, it's like, woo, what are you gonna do? You leave week 3 with it friends, right? With you being in a stronger place. You start week 4 with the Moon in reverse. So that could be letting go of control. It could be letting yourself come out. You know what I mean? It's definitely letting, something happens that affects your intuition in a way that helps it expand, okay? So the bottom is the Fool, which is beautiful, beautiful. And the Hanged Man under that, which is a different perspective. Gaining a different perspective so that you can expand yourself and jump into this new part of this new path. Jump into it with full faith, which is good. The Chariot is there, right? Okay. Let's clarify. Week 1, 723. The Emperor in reverse. And the Tower going into the reverse. So the Emperor, if you have Aries, if that's you, regardless, whoever this is a person who is not standing in their power, is not reliable, is possibly explosive, is not dependable, is mean, is quick temper activated, you know, not stable, not generous. That's the energy right now that you're in right now for week 1. I'm going to clarify with the Tower. Okay, we're going to see why the Tower is sideways. Because are you resisting it? Or is it a falling apart, but just not as bad? Like a lower level falling apart, right? Because it looks like whatever this is has been a long time coming. So maybe this is it, like your last... I feel like the Emperor isn't you. It represents an authority figure or a person that you trusted once, and they betrayed your trust in some way. Why is the Tower sideways in week 1 for Gemini? Why is it sideways? Why is the Tower sideways? The Queen of Cups sideways, going into the reverse. Okay, so it has to do with, Queen of Cups is Cancer, doesn't have to be. Your being is shaky when it comes to love and unconditional love. Everything is out of whack right now with that. It's like a major restructuring for you of everything. But the roots of this is love, unconditional love, what that actually means. You're figuring that out. This is what this all is about. Strength. And the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. You have the strength. You have the power within you already to solve everything. All of these obstacles. It's a mind shift that needs to happen, right? And it's rooted in feelings of not being good enough, being abandoned, being ostracized, being not taken care of, not cared about, being invisible, right? That's what I keep hearing. That's what you're dealing with in week 1, is the restructuring of that, right? Is the recognizing finally what needs to go and pulling inside of you for the strength to do it, to take the actions, to take all of the actions. Does that make sense? Okay, week 2. Let's see why this Hierophant is sideways, okay? Why is the Hierophant going into the reverse? I'm going to ask something different, but I'll wait. Why is the Hierophant going into the reverse? The Eight of Swords. Mad anxiety. Mad anxiety. The way that you're looking at things needs to be shifted. The way that there's a belief that's false that you're carrying. The King of Cups. Again, it has to do with unconditional love. The High Priestess. And trusting yourself. It looks like your trust in yourself has been pretty much obliterated for a long time. Core wound. Maybe you feel, there's feelings of not worthy enough. It just keeps coming in my head. You feel like you have to, everything is a competition, or why not you, or why me? Do you know what I mean? That's what it feels like. I want another one. I want another one for the Hierophant. What does the Hierophant represent? Not why is it sideways. What does the Hierophant, which is Taurus, if I didn't say that, represent for Gemini? What does the Hierophant represent? The Nine of Swords. The Eight of Swords came out, the Nine of Swords. It's a bond. You feel bound to something, and it's draining you. The way that you're looking at it is draining you, or the way that it is. What does this Hierophant represent? Oh, 3 of them. Okay. The Five of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Empress. So you might have Taurus or Libra in your chart. Wow. Okay. It represents your idea of unconditional love and happiness, and your idea of who your authentic self is. There's this self-doubt coming in, literally sweeping away the good feelings, the truth, and leaving the anxiety. This is your soul's purpose. That's what this Hierophant is representing, your soul's purpose, right? And it's definitely tied in to relationship with someone else and love, unconditional love. Unconditional love. You feel me? Oh, why am I putting those back? Okay, so you recognize this in the beginning of week 2. You recognize all of these things, and you take the actions to withdraw, retreat, in a retreat way, in a replenishing way, not in an isolating, negative way. Everything you're doing is for the care and keeping of you and your energetic reserve and preserving it, refilling it, and preserving it. That's what you're doing. Okay, week 3. The High Priestess going into the reverse. Flower face. Okay, what is still blocking Gemini's intuition up there? What is still blocking Gemini's intuition? What is this obstacle in the way of Gemini's intuition having the space to come through? The Star going into the reverse. She's got the star literally there, right? The Hermit has a lantern traditionally, and the star is in the lantern, right? And the Hermit is how you just ended. You are blocking, we know this, your reward from dealing with all this shit for your lifetime. It's trying to come in. You're afraid of it? The Hermit, the 6 of Pentacles. You haven't been involved in equal give and take, in like an equal relationship, and you're building that up. You're building up your idea of all of that. Look at that, the Emperor again underneath the Hermit. And the Tower underneath the 6 of Pentacles. What's underneath Emperor? Okay. What's blocking your intuition is the work, right? You're still doing the work. Your intuition, is it a dedication? Hold on. I think it is. I think it is it's this fight between like impulsivity and stability. Does that make sense? Impulsivity and stability. Giving in to urges because you feel them so strong and it's so hard for you not to. That's what's going on here. It's a reimagining of you, of what stability is, of what reciprocity is, of what it looks like, of what is healthy and what isn't, what's toxic and what isn't, from outside to you and from you, your behaviors, right? This is heavy, but you got this. You got this. All right, let's looking at the Chariot. What does Gemini need to do to get into the energy of the Chariot? What does Gemini need to do to get into the energy of the Chariot? Put the fucking burdens down, Gemini. Put them down. You're carrying things you don't need to carry, and it's okay to put them down. And all of this work you're doing is going to help you recognize what those things are. This is not so much for you to be doing in your head. It's also to be getting information from external sources that are reliable and truthful, and taking that in and letting it transmute and letting it marinate, right? And then the truth will come to you. What does Gemini have to do to embody the energy of the Chariot? The 9 of Swords again. The Magician. Okay. Yeah, believe in yourself that you can do this. You can do anything. You have all of this in you. It's believing in yourself. 7 of Pentacles. Taking, it's sideways going into the upright. Taking a reassessment, taking a step back, everything I just said, right? What works, what isn't, what's toxic, what isn't, and what to do about it. And not thinking, using discernment when needed, but knowing, really it's staying in a state of being, in an open heart, working on your heart space being open and your roots being grounded, right? You got the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Cutting out you have this mistrust like over your shoulder, this feeling of mistrust. It's letting yourself get to a point where you can trust in the facts and then taking the action to cut those bitches out. Anything that doesn't serve you and that isn't full of integrity and doesn't respect you and see you. Boom. Slice. See ya. Right? Okay. Week 4. The moon in reverse and the high priestess sideways going into the upright. That's two sides of the same thing kind of warring. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Why is the moon in reverse? Are we gonna curious creature it? No. Oh, I just got hungry. Excitement. We're gonna use the LightSeers. I don't know if I did this, but this is the one we were using. Sorry about that. Okay. Why is the moon in reverse for our lovely Gemini friends? Why is the moon in reverse for our lovely Gemini friends? Why is the moon in reverse? Why is the moon in reverse? The Ten of Swords. That's so much pain. And carrying it still, letting that pain dictate your movements. The Ace of Wands sideways going into the upright. Okay, that's a halting on letting yourself dive head forward into this new path of your passion, of following your passion, of standing truly in yourself, of your creative, being creatively inspired and trusting in that and being able to follow through with it and know that you can do it. You're not going to get swept away in it. It's not going to fizzle out. You know what I'm saying? But right now there's still a doubt. You're still doubting that because that pain is still what's dictating your movements. You're reacting still instead of responding. Do you know what I mean? The King of Wands. Leo doesn't have to be. One more. Well, tell me about this Four of Wands on the bottom. Okay, I want to know about this King of Wands. It could be calling on you to embody that part of you, whether you have fire in your chart or not. Definitely we're talking about letting yourself be moved and trusting in that. Like maybe sometimes you have these impulses and they get you to places and you're like, how the fuck did I get here? Because you weren't fully opened, eyes opened, right? You weren't fully present. You weren't being fully honest with yourself. I think what's important is for you when you have whatever this feeling is that comes up inside of you that wants to direct you to an action, you gotta come get something that you say to yourself to immediately check, give a reality check so you can figure out whether you follow through with this or not. Does that make sense? But what is this? So it could be you embodying the King of Wands energy, which is the harnessing of that power. What does this King of Wands represent to Gemini? What does the King of Wands represent to Gemini? The Seven of Pentacles, which is how you ended week 3, which is what I'm saying. The reassessment of what works and what doesn't, right? The planting of your roots, the nourishing of your roots. What are the things that are going to move you? That's why that's that last piece of what's blocking your intuition. High Priestess again. Okay, let's look at the High Priestess. What can Gemini do to get the High Priestess into the upright. What can Gemini do to get the High Priestess into the upright? The Five of Swords, self-deception. Look it. Give yourself a mental break. Be kind to yourself. Trust in yourself. Don't fight yourself. Doesn't need to be, it's you versus you at this point in your life. It's not these external things anymore. It's you versus you. Pull one more. The Page of Cups, sideways going into the reverse. Being in and getting yourself to being in an open heart space and being open to love, unconditional love, being open to all of that, understanding it in a different way. The Queen of Wands on the split. I want one more. And the Knight of Cups on the bottom. All about vulnerability and open and present and letting yourself feel love. Live in love. Understanding what that means to you, what love feels like energetically, when it's healthy, when it isn't. One more. The Wheel in reverse. Letting the, well, give me one for the Wheel. The Three of Wands in reverse. Okay. It's letting yourself take the movement. It's letting yourself make the decision to move forward, taking the steps to do it. And part of that is by surrendering the Fool. Surrendering to the universe. Getting on the wheel that's already spinning. Get on it and keep your focus on the care and keeping of you and the care and keeping of your relationship with Source. That's all you got to do. When you divert it, that's when you get nauseous. That's when you get sick. That's when you try to get off the wheel. You feel me? Staying in the flow, maintaining your energetic reserve, and taking the action. That's important for you for this month. Okay. Final card. We're going to pull from the Sacred Creators Oracle for you. Same person who did the Curious Creatures and the LightSeers. This feels burdensome to you, but I hope that you understand the parts that you are contributing to the burdens. It isn't, it's you versus you, and it doesn't need to be, okay? And this is all showing you that you have this. You have it. You have everything, meaning like you have everything it takes to succeed in everything you want to do. And all of the goodness is meant for you. It's all there, right? Fierce serenity. You are magic. You are magic. It's the first card. Manifestation, innate skill, the power to bring your dreams to life. You have this. Optimism, creativity and magic, wisdom and resourcefulness, a time to practice what you preach. The self-care message is latent or underused talents, a need for more planning or more focus in order to avoid delays. That's the Seven of Pentacles, right? That's the wheel in the upright. It's the Seven of Pentacles is the planning. A need for more self-discipline, a feeling of powerlessness, the wheel in reverse, all of these things in reverse, a need to see past illusions and to check in with your true intentions. You are magic. You are stardust in human form, and you can bring your dreams to life, Gemini. From your ability to envision your future to your ability to bring it to fruition through intentional action. You can co-create the fabric of your reality by intermingling thought, will, desire, and doing. It's time to use your hands as a conduit for your energetic ideas and thought forms, and collaborate with the divine universe as you actively change the world around you. Create, make connections, write intentions, heal. Know that great strides and incredible progress are likely at this time, and that you already have everything you need to make this dream come alive. If you are feeling blocked, you may be scattering your resources instead of focusing on a specific goal. The care and keeping of your authentic self, the care and keeping of your preserving your energetic reserve, the care and keeping of your relationship with Source. Make sure you aren't overshadowing your positive thinking with any underlying fears of failure or any unintentional thought patterns that are scrambling your vibe. Focus your thoughts. That means don't think. Discern and know. Discern and know. Be in the knowing. We're air signs. In the knowing. Clear vision. Not the thinking. Discerning when needed, but in a state of knowing. You are limitless. Do you feel the power running through your palms? How often are you bringing your most treasured desires to the front of your mind? And what actions are you taking to bring them to life, right? Because right now that's what this whole month is. It's a journey to that, to getting yourself to act and to believe in yourself. Sorry for spitting. Are you leveraging your optimism, wisdom, and resourcefulness? Which of your talents is hiding underneath the surface, and why is it being underutilized? There you go, Gemini. I hope that this helped. And thank you for coming and sharing your energy with me. And thank you for coming and holding space for me so that I could attempt to translate and interpret the messages coming through for you. I will see you in like 2 weeks at your mid-monthly reading.